Hi there guys, my name is Ben,
My name is Rody.
and today for Richardson's class, MRK460, we're going to be talking about unethical business practice, specifically the popularization of gambling in online gaming.
So recent video game trends over the past 5 years have been popularized in the inclusion of online microtransactions, online purchases of virtual items for use in video games. A more recent type of microtransaction that took off following Blizzard Entertainment's 2016 shooter Overwatch is the introduction of the tool of the loot box, a microtransaction that contains 3 or 4 randomized items. Since then, loot boxes have become the favored means of monetization in other games such as the FIFA series, Call of Duty, and Rocket League. Loot boxes can typically be earned through playing the game or more rapidly by purchasing them through the real-world money. Loot boxes usually contain cosmetic items with no gameplay advantages such as new outfits, vehicles, or paint jobs. However, some games such as Star Wars Battlefront 2 contain loot boxes with damage boosters or other advantages, giving a competitive edge to the players who pay more money.
So the problem with loot boxes for consumers is that due to their randomized nature, it's common for consumers to pay for loot boxes only to open them and find no items or loot that can be used by their character of choice. This can lead to a negative feedback loop for players who have gambling-prone personalities or are really determined to get a specific item for their character. Loot boxes, however, have avoided being legally declared as gambling in most countries, however, due to the player always technically receiving an item, even if the item contained in their loot boxes is useless to them.
So the government of Belgium, however, is the first country to take a definitive stance against loot boxes, officially declaring them as a gambling and asking game publishers to remove them as of April of 2018. While some publishers such as Valve, 2K Games, or Blizzard Entertainment have complied with the new laws, Electronic Arts refused to comply with the law, insisting that their monetization methods did not violate Belgium gambling regulation laws. So Electronic Arts dragged out their protest, even begging players to ask politicians to keep loot boxes in EA games until the public prosecutor's office ordered the loot boxes removal by February of 2019, or else EA would face heavy fines. Even though loot boxes were eventually removed, EA's FIFA busters still gave them almost an additional year to continue selling loot boxes in Belgium.
So even now, around the world today, politicians in other countries, such as the Hawaiian State Representative Chris Lee, or the Swedish Minister for Public Administration, Ardalan Shekarabi, have both advocated for loot boxes to be legally classified as gambling in their own legal systems, and thusly be subjugated to gambling law. However, it's likely that game publishers like 2K and EA are going to keep fighting for as long as possible to keep loot boxes unregulated.
So in conclusion, more and more countries such as Belgium are starting to take a stance against predatory monetization practices such as loot boxes, meaning we're likely to see more government regulation on online gambling, as well as new monetization methods from game publishers to bypass these laws.